So you want to build your productivity for yourself or your branding to the next level. So if you wanted to get started with Slack, you are in the right place. So let's get started. Welcome guys to Tech Express. My name is Steven, and in today's tutorial, I'm going to be focusing into how we can get started with Slack, the great application for productivity. So if you're new here, consider to subscribe to this channel because there's a lot of information that I can give you totally for free here into our YouTube channel. So let's get started with Slack. Now, this great application is made for people who wanted to automate stuff, have a really strong productivity platform. So I'm going to leave you guys a link down below in the description so you can get started totally for free here into Slack. Of course, there are a few stuff and features that might be having depending on what is the actual element you wanted to get started with. So if you go here into slack.com or go into focus into the link that I just gave you down below in the description, you can see that I have the try for free. So I'm going to click there where it says try for free. And now, what exactly is Slack for people who don't know what Slack is? So Slack, first of all, is more than just messaging application. It's a powerful tool for collaborations. Basically, what Slack do is to connect a lot of stuff into just one place. So if you have an actual team, tools and project comes together as the Slack application says. So once you have access to slack.com, you have access to different channels, you have access to different direct messages to connect your company, your branding, everything in just one place. And you can add, let's say for example, Google Drive, you can add Sheets, you can add a lot of stuff, which I think is going to be helpful to have everything in just one place. That's the reason why a lot of huge companies are using Slack, because everything is just in one place and they don't need to find stuff from other tabs, other website, other application, whatever. So if you wanted to get started, once again, we'll leave you the link down below in the description so we can all get started. I'm going to hit into continue with Google. Really important that I choose Google because all my information into Google is going to be imported directly into Slack, and I don't need to focus into what matters the most, which is focusing into an actual workspace. So as you can see, depending on what is the actual business domain here, maybe, just maybe, someone already been sending you an invitation, or let's say for example that your branding has already an actual invitation for you. So you can go here into join, and as you can see now I can join on Slack. So I need to go into create my account in order to join this community section, and as you can see I have more than 218 other people inside though, and it's going to be helping me to get started with opening in Slack. Welcome to, here is my UI UX, and as you can see we are now inside the, I'm here to join, and now we're going to be sending directly into the apps of slack.com. So I'm going to hit now into, I'll explode this into my own, and as you can see I do have access to the general announcement. If you have used DestroKit, for example, if you have used this code, for example, you might be seeing that you have something, let's say related into Slack. For example, I have the channel here, so I can go into job board, everything related into boards, browse all channels so I can see something specific for my actual team members. So let's say, for example, that I wanted to get started with events. I wanted to see school and industry events. I click here into open, and I have here images of people who are sending events, different events, common stuff, information, conferences, day number 1, the information, the projects, and much more. I can do this into my own, and to do that I'm going to click into the X mark. I'm going to go here and instead of joining an invitation, let's go for create an actual workspace. This is where the fun actually begins. Now it's going to be showing you like something truly easy. What's the name of your company or your team? So let's say for example that I have deleted here this information, and let's say that I wanted to go for, I'm gonna skip the step to adding people into my actual community section. I'm gonna do this later. What is your team working on right now? So let's say that we're working for project management. I'm gonna hit now into next. And now as you can see by default, we have been generated and created a project management channel. So I have general, I have the random, and that will be actually it. Now, this random channel was created for, let's say, for team jokes, sport of the moment ideas, funny gifts, so wild, go wild. So usually I don't, if you don't want to create something like this, you can always go into leave the channel and you don't see this anymore. But I have the general, the project management, and that will be actually it. So usually what I do here in a specific channel is to focus into what matters the most, into, in this case, into something specific. For example, project management. Let's say, for example, hey everybody, this is going to be an announcement stuff. So let's say, for example, hey everybody, welcome to the channel. So you're going to go and send this. So as you can see, I have now my very first section of my project channel that can be helping me to get started. First of all, I wanted to go and to add some co-workers, so I can enter a name or an email for people who wanted to join these actual community section. So now let's focus into understanding the Slack interface. Now you know how to get started with some general stuff into a channel, but let's see what you can actually send here into Slack. I'm going to hit here into the message, and I have here the different commonly formats of my text. For example, let's say that I'm going to go for bold, and let's say important. I disable this, really important and easy format here. Now, as you can see, I have the link section where I can generate a specific link. Now, let's say, for example, I have rules. And here I'm going to go and add something easy. For example, only the YouTube link URL. And I'm going to type, here are the rules of the channel. So I'm going to type enter. And check out how it's going to be looking these actual section. They have actual thumbnail here. I can have the image if I wanted to, so I only have this one enabled, and I delete this one. Now also block the previews from website in the future, block previews from a specific links or YouTube. So you remove and block, and there we go. But if people click into the actual linked text that I just chose, it's going to be sending you directly, and it's going to be sending to them directly into YouTube. So it's actually really great. So when you click here, and now I can change, for example, the order list. I have the bullet list, block quote, and much more. For example, I'm going to click here into the block quote, and I have this is important, like a quote that I said, important, video editions, and much more. I can add a specific code if I'm willing to add those. I had a code blog. I can go and add different attachment. Something really awesome is that I can add a specific post, create a text snippet, attach a canvas if I'm willing to add those. So I'm gonna hit it to try it. But the try it section has only the pro version of Slack. I'm gonna go here and to start my free trial and create a specific canvas. Now here into the canvas title, let's say, for example, this is our general rules. Words go here. Now these are the general rules for our channels on, let's say, Slack. There we go. So I now have access to add. Let's go back here into my home section. Let's go back into project management. And my actual section that I have just added is going to be added down in here. Now, as you can see, we do have the hide formatting. I have the emojis. I have the mention someone, and I have the record a video clip or record audio clip. And lastly, have some run shortcut. So if I hit into run shortcut, it's going to be helping me to add some different automations, something that is really, really amazing that people actually does not do. And that's the reason why a lot of people don't use Slack, because they don't know how to use it. For example, let's say that I wanted to get started with expand all the files in the current channel or thread. So I hit into expand, and this one is going to be expanded all the files in the channel for us. So that's the reason why the automations and shortcuts can be helping you to do stuff in a much more easier. For example, removing a specific person. So remove add, and you can delete someone from the actual channel. Really easy. So I choose once again here, and I go directly here into browse application, for example. So we have now joined and created an actual channel and community section here into Slack. What is next to be focusing on is into the integrations and applications. Now, if you focus here into the left part, we have the channels. I'm going to try to collapse this and the rec messages. Now let's go here into add applications, or go into more and go into applications. Now here into apps, you can see that we have all the tools into Slack. This is the part where a lot of people can focus into adding all the elements that are working on outside Slack, but inside in here. Let's say, for example, that I sent a lot of stuff from Google Drive. So I wanted to add this information into my channel. So I'm going to get into add. This one should be popping up in this new section of Google Drive application, where what I needed to do is to install this. So I needed to click here, add to Slack. And I have now allowed all of this. I needed to allow all the performance and all of that. I choose my account and automatically I need to go into allow. And there we go. So the application has now been enabled. We can disable it or remove it anytime, but in this case, I just have this enabled. So if you reload the page, you can see that Google Drive is now inside your Slack section, and how you can see the Slack is enabled in here. So you can see I have here the add section. I'm going to go here into home. I have the Google Drive now section into applications, and as you can see, it says how this Google Drive works. So if you're trying to reply comment notification, start thread from the notification section, you can turn it off and on the file previews, help for assistance and whatever. So I can go here into my home. Once again, let's go here into channels. I'm going to choose the one that we could just add, for example, the general section, join it here, and I'm going to attach. I'm going to choose, of course, these shortcut, and I have create a document or create a presentation. So as you can see, we do have now this section, the workflow of the Google Drive. So let's say, for example, that these are some general ideas, and I have the shell document. I hit to create. And just like that, my Google Drive section is going to be created now, the general ideas. So this is how actually works the application. You can always go once again into more, check out the connections, and add more applications as you are getting started with. For example, let's say that you're working with some Zoom video meetings. So I choose add, and the process of adding an application, a different application, is exactly the same. Add here into Slack, and Zoom from all members, Zoom for yourself. In this case, let's go for ourselves. I hit into allow. I have the allow section, and Zoom for Slack is now being installed. Let's go back here. Let's try to reload the page of the Slack, and just like that, this one should be added directly into my Slack channels. So application, Zoom, Google Drive, and all of that. So as you can see, I just needed to go and authorize the Zoom section so I can let them create different let's say meetings and allow different meetings and all of that. So when you go here into sign with Google, for example, I choose my account. I am now signed in them. I needed to accept the terms of service I created in my account. And there we go. I am now inside here. I hit into authorize Zoom once again. Now that I have my account, I have the Zoom authorization. I hit into allow. And there we go. So I hit into accept and continue. And now they have sent an actual code that I needed to confirm. Really easy. Now the integration has now been automatically added here into Slack. So that means that I can go here into channels and I can create a new channel. Let's say, for example, these are for meetings, and hit into next. Public, of course, hit into create. And there we go. So I'm going to skip this for now. And I can go into this new section where I can try to look out for something related into Zoom meeting comment section. So Zoom, or let's go for meeting number 1, whatever. So I hit them, and I have these are the available Zoom comments. For example, start a meeting, start a meeting with topic, join a meeting using meeting ID, join a meeting using your personal meeting ID, start a phone call, whatever. So I can go into /Zoom, enter, and there we go. So Zoom meeting started by myself, started a few seconds ago. Here's my meeting ID, waiting for people to join. Something amazing and easy to use. Speaking about automations, this is a really lifesaver, and I don't need it to focus into open a new tab, open Zoom, creating my actual meeting, copy the code, go back into Slack and paste all of this information. That's the reason why you're actually using the integration and application inside Slack, so you can do all of this directly in one place, and you don't need to go back and forward once again. So it's really easy to use that. Now, let's talk about, for those who don't want to take to the actual next level, you have now more advanced features. For example, reminders, we have the pending messages and all of that. So we're going to go here inside to join the shortcuts, and I have here the remind section. So I can go here and to set yourself a reminder when, let's say for example, today in 5 minutes, for example, let's say, end the video, the YouTube video. I can try to add in a specific people here, or notify into this specific coworkers people, and I can hit now into save, and my reminders should be added automatically. I just needed to enable the notifications. I allow this. There we go. So as you can see, the notifications have now been popped up. It sounds really great. I love the part, and it's going to be really awesome. Now, usually what I do here is to hit into leave. Actually, I don't want to focus there. Usually what I do is to open an actual new section here. I can go into browse application, and what I wanted to do is to show you something else, which is, for example, the polls. Now, polls are going to be helping you to focus and to show your thoughts with your teams. For example, they have like an idea what they can do. Maybe you like this, both, whatever. So they can just vote directly and live, and you can see how it's going to be looking your info. So I'm going to hit now into I agree with the terms of this, education, company, continue once again, continue into Slack. Check out the sound of the notification. Actually looks really great. I'm going to go back. I have the activity here, simple poll. We're putting onto your premium plan. Welcome to simple poll. I can go here into home, and usually what people do is to go directly into the application to customize it, but actually all of this information is added to the shortcuts. So since this is actually automatically, you would order to focus into what matters the most with, but you can do actually templates if you're willing to. For example, where they currently working from my bed, my desk, my sofa, my balcony, my kitchen. You can like this, create that poll. I have the template here. You can add multiple questions. As you can see, all of this has been set up automatically. So I can go here into the preview, and here's the poll preview, settings, save the poll, create poll. And just like that, my poll has now been created. So I hit now here into messages, and here is my message from poll here. Simple poll. My bed, my sofa, my desk, and background. So I can choose, for example, this one. And there we go. So people are actually voting here. So you can add this into a specific channel. For example, here into general, I can go here into the shortcuts, and I scroll a little bit down and try to look out for a simple poll. Or go for poll, for example, comment simple poll, and I can create my poll inside this new section, or I can choose the template gallery. There we go. Discover fun common interest. So I hit into view, hit into back here. I use that template. I think that I went back earlier, so I'm gonna go back again here into the meeting section. This kind of fun stuff. Use that template, and there we go. So you just needed to leave this like that, here into the preview, and here to create the poll. And just like that, my poll has now been generated. It's going to be really helpful for people who wanted to, let's say, interact between all your people here. You wanted to, let's say, create like a strong community there, more than just members there or a team of members. So you can go, for example, this one, enable this one, or enable this one, and as you can see, I can see the info of people who have voted. I'm a total night owl. My camera roll is 90% photos on my pad, whatever. So something really easy here to use is the applications and the automations that you can check out here into Slack. Lastly, what I can suggest to is to create this new section into the left pod. We can go here into create new. I have messages. I have the huddle. Usually the huddle is like a new channel, specifically speaking about only videos and audio chat, or both of them actually. So I am not going to be enable this one because we're actually creating a video for you, and if I do this, the video should be stopped, so I am not going to be focusing a lot into that. And curated content and collaborative stuff can be created into a new canvas. This is only available for pro accounts, so if you want to check that out, we can leave you a link down below in the description so you can have a strong and easy code discount here into your actual Slack. So a final quick tip that I can give you is to use every time you want to add something, specifically speaking about outside Slack, for example, applications, do it directly into the shortcut section. So you can choose that button or just go // and you can see that I have a lot, truly a lot of sections that I can focus on. So if I wanted to do something directly from Google Drive, for example, just type Drive or type Google Drive, and it's going to be showing you add from Google Drive Slack, and I can choose something specifically. Usually what Slack does is to help us to add all the elements, all the information that they do have of a specific application. For example, if I go for / Zoom, I have now more comments that I can check out here. For example, some info, or I can just type / browse application. I have now this Zoom section, or I can go directly into home Zoom, and here are the actual stuff that I can go for inside the actual channel. Another tip that I can give you guys is that if you wanted to, let's say people commonly working out in here, is that they do understand the fact that they have the completed, the taking a look, the nicely done, the reactions, the messages, all of that directly into the channels. You want to focus into having specific channels inside Slack. So for example, something is specifically speaking about meetings, something for community, something for maybe this is for work, but people that wanted to, in this case, since it's like a video stuff, let's say for example that I wanted to work for marketing from one channel, video edition from another channel, or let's say video post-production into another channel. So it's really important, guys, to try to be specific with the channels here, so you don't have to get a lot of information into just one channel. So really important to try to organize everything into different channels so people understand how you're actually working here into Slack. So those are like the common ways to use Slack totally for beginners. Now you guys know how to use this great application. So just in case you have any questions, you can leave it down below in the comment section. Thank you so much for watching the video, guys. We can't wait what you can actually do here into Slack. If you have any question, you can leave it down below in the comment section. Once again, you have the link down below in the description. You can try out the pro version of Slack, so you can check out the canvas for team workers and collaborative stuff. So once again, thank you so much for watching the video, guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we can all see you on the next video.